If speaking English is difficult for you, here is a video which will help you. Storytelling is one way we can improve, and for that, I have given you many videos on this channel, Sumita Roy's English Classroom. Today's story is about King Harishchandra. Many of you might know this story already. There are many versions of this story. A very generous and truthful king is tested, and the sage Vishwamitra, who tests him, asks him to donate his kingdom. The king immediately gives him everything, but the sage says, "That is not enough. After giving me your kingdom, you have to also give me a dakshina, or a small amount of money." The king says, "I have nothing left. Give me a month. I will earn money and give you." That is the story which we are going to hear now. How the king fulfills his promise even though he becomes a poor man, his wife and son, how they suffer, and finally how all his troubles are rewarded. That is the story. Listen carefully. Repeat each sentence aloud if you're a beginner. If you already know English, then listen to the entire story and then retell it to yourself and to your friends. Let us begin. Once upon a time, in the Treta Yuga, there was a very brave king called Harish Chandra. King Harishchandra was born in the Sun dynasty. He shared the lineage of Sri Rama. He was an honest and noble king. He was famous for his truthfulness and caring behavior. The name of his queen was Shaivya. They had a son named Rohitashva. King Harishchandra's kingdom was blessed with prosperity. There was peace during his rule. Under his rule, all of his subjects were extremely happy. They were satisfied with their king. Stories of King Harishchandra's virtues reached the assembly of gods. So, all the gods decided to test the king. The gods requested sage Vishwamitra to help them. One fine day, King Harishchandra decided to go hunting. He searched for suitable prey all day with his hunting party. Towards the end of the day, he had gone a little ahead of the hunting party. Suddenly, he heard a woman's scream. Armed with his bow and arrow, King Harishchandra rushed in the direction of the sound. In his haste to help the woman, the king ran into sage Vishwamitra's ashram. The sage's meditation was disturbed when the king rushed in. All the knowledge that the sage had accumulated during this tapasya or penance was destroyed. Sage Vishwamitra was very angry. The king immediately came to his senses. He realized that he had committed a grave mistake. He apologized profusely to the sage. "Please forgive me," begged the king. "Tell me what I can do for you to get your forgiveness." The king promised to fulfill any of the sage's desires to atone for his mistake. Vishwamitra demanded dakshina or donation for his Rajasuya Yajna ritual. The king asked him what he wanted as payment. Vishwamitra said, "Give me all that you have, except yourself, your wife, and your child." Harish Chandra agreed to this demand without hesitation. The king gave away all of his possessions, his kingdom, his wealth and power, and even his fine clothes. As Harish Chandra was about to leave the palace with his wife and son, the sage asked him for some more dakshina. The king, who had already given away his whole kingdom, had no possessions left to give. The king begged Vishwamitra to give him 1 month's time to earn something. Harish Chandra, along with his wife and his son, started living as a poor man. Some of his loyal subjects followed him. Vishwamitra accused Harish Chandra of cheating by taking his subjects that belonged to the kingdom and not to him. This made the king decide to leave the kingdom with his family. Harish Chandra left the kingdom and went to Kashi with his wife and son. There he tried very hard but was unable to find any job. When the month was almost over, Vishwamitra appeared to collect his donation. Harish Chandra told him, "I have no money, but the month's time you gave me is not yet over." Vishwamitra said, I will return tomorrow at sunset, as the month will be over by then. To ensure that her husband fulfilled his promise, Shaivya suggested that Harish Chandra sell her and her son to earn the money within one day. Harish Chandra agreed with a heavy heart and sold her and Rohitashva to an elderly man. When Harish Chandra offered this money to Vishwamitra, he said it was still not enough. So Harish Chandra sold himself to a Chandala, one who works in a cremation ground. The king became the Chandala's slave and began working in the cremation ground. The king's master made him responsible for collecting money from people who would come there to cremate their dead relatives. It was a tough life for Harish Chandra. The king's wife and son also used to work hard every day in the old man's house. Their owner was very rude and used to treat them badly. One day, while plucking flowers and fruits from the garden, Rohitashva got bitten by a snake and died. In great sorrow, Shaivya took her son's body to the cremation ground and met her husband, King Harishchandra. The king was very shocked to see his only son Rohitashva's dead body. But he had to collect the fee to cremate his own son according to his master's instruction. Harishchandra therefore asked Shaivya for money in order to perform the cremation of her son. He knew that his wife had nothing to offer, but he was bound by his duties. Shaivya replied, I don't own even a single paisa. The only thing I had was my son, who is no more. She said with tears in her eyes, my only possession is this old sari that I am wearing right now. That is the only thing I can offer you. The king agreed to take the piece of cloth as the cremation fee. When Shaivya was about to tear her sari, there was a huge sound. Suddenly, the heavens opened up. All the gods, along with Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, appeared in front of them. Even the Chandala, master of the king, showed his real form as Yama, or god of death. Yama brought Rohitashva back to life. The gods then told the family that all of this from the beginning was their plan to test them. And the king and his family had successfully cleared the test by showing such great virtue and bravery. Indra, the king of gods, then offered the king a place in heaven, inviting him to rule there. But Harish Chandra refused to go to heaven without his loyal subjects. These subjects had followed him with tears in their eyes when he had given his kingdom to the sage and gone away. Harish Chandra requested Vishnu to take all his subjects to heaven too. Vishnu pointed out that it was not possible, as heaven is offered to a person on the basis of his deeds. The generous king decided to donate all his virtues to his subjects and take the result of their sins in return. All the gods were extremely impressed by the king. As a reward, Vishnu took all the subjects along with the king to heaven. Vishwamitra got new people to reside in the Ayodhya kingdom and made Rohitashva the new king. Here the story comes to an end. You might have found many difficult words in the story or sentences you did not understand. After watching the video, immediately write in the comment box asking your doubts and difficulties. I answer your comments regularly, so I will tell you the meaning of words, then you must learn to use them in your everyday conversation. Please watch the video many times if you have difficulties with the story or the sentence construction. Look at each sentence and learn how English sentences are constructed. When you do all this, you will get immense benefit and you will be able to speak fluently, confidently, and accurately. All the best. Thank you.